Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nikki, Kalkos, you know what I love?
What do you love?
I love anniversaries. Anniversaries are a great time to where people can come back together after like a year or so and say, hey, we did things.
Does this mean we're reviewing Slammiversary?
Yeah, you know what? We could do that. You know, to hell with Money in the Bank. Let's do TNA Slammiversary predictions.
Yeah, let's talk about Brother Nero. That is the best.
I saw that promo and I'm just like, what is this?
I'll tell you what this is. The best.
In all seriousness, this, for those who have been watching, who have been following us since the start, this is the 2-year anniversary of the Haymakers. Holy shit, we've been doing this for a while. Ever since me and Nikki did our very shoddily put together thoughts on a WrestleMania, we're here.
Our first actual thing was Money in the Bank 2014, the one that Seth won, with Quick Script and I think Sparky, and it got better from there, thankfully.
Yeah, let's be honest with that. And then we got Kalkos, and Kalkos has been the best thing since this podcast started, so.
Aw, shucks.
So, Money in the Bank 2016. You know me, I'm Toon. We, of course, have Nikki and Kalkos. You know them.
Okay, look, I would like to preface this cast by saying I understand that Overwatch has the entire hype machine behind it. It's a fantastic game, not very competitive, but very fun, very good casual shooter. But if you are looking for some amazing, hardcore, single-player shooting action that harkens back to the days when shooters were fucking fun and hardcore and crazy and amazing, then you will pick up Doom, the new one that was released last month. Not a lot of people have been picking this up and they say, oh, where are all the great shooters? It's right fucking in front of you, motherfucker. No iron sights. You move in a mile a minute. The fucking insta-kills are absolutely fantastic. There's a wide variety of weapons, each with their own mods that you can install. The level design is winding and diverse, with a plot line that, while not the greatest, doesn't absolutely suck, and with a soundtrack that makes my ears jump up and down with joy. Buy this game and feed Bethesda and id Software some more money. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
You
following
fucking
Haymakers.
chill.
The following Haymakers podcast has been brought to you by Doom.
Doom. It's fucking amazing. Remember, if you look out at the oceans and you see a little thing sticking out of the water, no, it's not Loch Ness Monster. No, it's not a hidden mastodon. That's just the size of my fucking erection while playing this fucking game.
While underwater?
It went through the planet.
Oh.
So this water is in China?
Yes.
This analogy has kind of gone off the rails.
Correct. It's a great game. Anyway, let's get started.
Yes, so we have 8 matches to look forward to. Maybe 7, depending. But we have 2 of them on the pre-show. So let's get these matches out of the way. First up is Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin.
I'm going to be picking Baron Corbin.
I will also be taking Baron Corbin.
I will be going with Baron Corbin.
Next match.
Next match. There we go.
Next match.
So this one looks like it has potential. We have Apollo Crews facing Sheamus.
This is weird. This is actually a kind of hot feud, and I'm kind of surprised that they dumped this off on the pre-show. I get that there's probably going to be 3 matches on here that go 22 minutes plus, but still, Sheamus is hotter right now than he was when he was the fucking champion. This feud with Apollo is good.
This is a good thing, if I may. I think this is a great thing. It gives Apollo Crews his first big singles feud, and Sheamus is the kind of guy that can roll either way with this. I don't think Sheamus really needs this, but how they've been trying to plug him with the TMNT movie that's come out, now that that's over with, I feel that Apollo Crews deserves this a little bit more.
I think this is great in painting Apollo Crews' character and giving it a bit of depth, because Apollo Crews isn't just a happy guy for the sake of being happy. He's happy because he's naive. He's very childlike in manner. I mean, he's going up to Big Show and asking advice like, why does Sheamus want to pick on me? Why is he picking on me? That's something that a fucking 9-year-old would say. And I think that gives Apollo Crews' character some much needed depth. It's Eugene, but done correctly.
So you're basically saying then that Sheamus is fitting the role that Ryback once had.
Correct, and they're doing it rather well this time.
Interesting. All right. Okay. Yeah, I picked Cruz for this. Nikki, what do you think?
I will be taking Apollo Crews. I feel like this is just a one and done, and there really isn't all that much to this. So, Apollo Crews, this should not be on the pre-show. This should be like maybe the second match on the card. But you know what? Apollo Crews.
I'm going to be the odd one out and say Sheamus. This might be a one and done, but I believe Sheamus will go over because it gives Apollo Crews a little bit of babyface sympathy. I almost said symphony. It gives...
Symphony.
Yeah. Fucking play some 1812 Overture, why don't you? I think it gives... That's not the 1812 Overture. What the fuck are you doing, you entry-level plebeian? God damn it. Okay, so anyway, I believe it gives Apollo Crews some babyface sympathy moving forward in the fact that he just couldn't overcome the bully. And I think that's important, but this could go either way. The feud was pretty good so far, but my pick is Sheamus.
You know what I would like? I would like Apollo Crews to go over here, maybe go over Sheamus again, and then head straight for the United States Championship.
That is fair.
I would be okay with that.
I could see Apollo taking it off of Rusev.
Next match.
All right, next match. Now we're moving on to the actual card. First match on the actual card is Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch. So we're not getting a women's championship match here.
I have so many fucking problems with this.
They are booking Charlotte like they booked Nikki in 2015. Constantly fucking fighting, constantly battling, but not for the championship. I mean, I get it. This is the first time she hasn't defended the title since she won it at WrestleMania, but red fucking flag right here.
Yeah, like, this match should have been a fatal four-way. Like, that would have been infinitely better, and it should have also been for the title. Charlotte, Dana, Natty, Becky, fatal four-way.
Or, it could have been a women's ladder match, but...
Like, all you'd have to do is just have Becky go up to Natty and go, hey, Natty, if you go for the pinfall, I'm not going to break it up because I'd rather see the title on my friend than on Charlotte. And Natty does the same thing, and it's the same dynamic, only it doesn't feel like this is padding. Like, especially when the champion has been the champion for a long time. They've already mentioned that with the combined days of Charlotte's Divas title and the women's title reign, she's already closing in on Nikki. So for her to not defend the title at a pay-per-view is dumb. It is dumb. Like, and worst of all, this does not happen with the men. Like, could you imagine if the main event of a pay-per-view was a non-title tag team match between Roman and Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins or something like that?
That would not fly.
That would not fly. The only times that would fly would be if one of the people in the match was fucking hugely important, like, say, the main event of WrestleMania 1, with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful. That's one thing. They do this shit twice a year with the women! This is fucking stupid!
Remember pre-WrestleMania when going in, they had that fucking great rivalry between Charlotte, Banks, and Lynch? Remember that? Yeah, that's gone. Fucking retcon that
Sasha
shit.
is gone.
Hell,
yeah.
Go back a couple of weeks before that. Remember the fucking great match at Roadblock? Two of the same people in this match. Charlotte and Natty. They tore the fucking house down at Roadblock.
And then all of a sudden at fucking Payback and Extreme Rules, they have meh matches. Extreme Rules ending with the dumbest fucking thing ever. Okay, I'm done. Can we please make our predictions? I do not want to do this all over again where I rage about how they're booking the women's division. You know what? Fuck it. WWE, look, it's fucking great that you've abolished the Divas division. and made it the women's division, and abolished the Divas title and made it the women's title, something that actually looks respectable. We all appreciate that. But that is something that should have never been done in the fucking first place. There always should have been a women's title, never a Divas title. I get it, you have a reality show to sell, and that reality show is no more, so you're going back to 2009. But no, that is not enough. You need to book the women with the same amount of care, devotion, and respect, not really, that you do the men. Okay? You need to be careful with this shit, especially since feminism is once again on the rise. You can't do that. This is dumb. This is dumber than dumb, and I am not interested. I believe that Charlotte's team will win. Actually, no, Charlotte's not fighting. No. I forgot. Charlotte's not fighting for the title. Charlotte's not fighting for the title. I believe Natalya and Becky Lynch will win.
Yeah, that's usually true.
Because the face team will get one over. Because, hey, they didn't get it for the title, but they did get a win, so...
I think I'll take Charlotte and Dana.
Just because then Natalya and Becky can get an actual win on a pay-per-view, which will probably lead to something at Battleground. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. Can I just say, though, that booking Dana Brooke here is not a good idea?
Fuck it.
She's still green, but at least she has great facials. Like, her facial expressions are top-notch.
I thought we were going to move past.
You can't refer to women's faces by saying they have great facials.
I can say whatever the hell I want.
Fair point. Toon, what were you going to say?
No, I find it amusing that, Charlotte's getting rid of Ric Flair. Hallelujah! And Dana Brooke is just taking the spot. Well,
you know what? Dana's better, because at least now the people who are deciding the women's matches on TV are women. Okay?
No, but
the matches aren't being decided by a 68-year-old man, or however old Rick is.
But then this is just going to have the same exact effect with Charlotte, where the match can just very easily end with Dana Brooke just tripping someone, roll up, bam, I win. It's just, I am so sick and fucking tired of the whole person at ringside helping the other person fucking win. Can we just have it be simple, 1-on-1?
Guess what? Heel.
It's stupid. It's still stupid, and it is getting stale as fuck today.
I will admit it's getting stale, but I will also admit heel.
Yeah. All right, I'm done here. Next match.
Yeah, next match. All right. Next match we have is Rusev defending the United States Championship against Titus O'Neil. Guess who's not winning the belt off of frickin' Rusev?
This feud has been weird.
Yeah.
Titus has not won a goddamn thing since he returned. But they're still booking him as oh god, this guy is really dangerous. He could, pose a threat to Titus, or to Rusev.
Well, that's kind of how they have to book it, you know? It's but
they also don't want to reward him, or they're still kind of punishing him. By the way, this Money in the Bank, it's taking place on Father's Day.
I want Rusev to squash him. I want
They're
Rusev
going
to
do
squash
that.
him like a bug while his kids are in the fucking audience, because he stole Dad of the Year from Kofi Kingston.
Pretty fucking much. No, the thing I don't like about this is that, as I think we had talked a lot about Rusev before over the past year, and how some of us were actually kind of impressed with his title reign and how well he was doing and how well he was going over everybody for it. And the gimmick was working pretty well with all Americans, frickin' jumping up to try and, take it off of him. But now we're getting the sequel to that. But guess what? It's not going to be the same, because Rusev has been getting his ass kicked so easily to the point where he could have gotten beat up by a roll-up. So at this point, they can try to make him look big and menacing again, but that effect is still there, so the believability is out the window. We all know Rusev is still probably going to win, but...
At least since he's won the title, he's been booked strong again. He has... since he's been champion, he hasn't had any dumb fluke roll-up losses. He's been running through people again, which is a good sign.
And at the very least, Rusev getting the U.S. Championship wasn't just a setup to get it back on Cena.
Yeah, because the thing he's doing with Styles is probably going to last a while. But, Rusev, I'm cool with... I had a thought, but I just kind of lost it. But yeah, I'll take Rusev.
I'll take Rusev.
I'll say, you know what? I'm one for surprises. This is a risky thing, though.
Yeah, let me tell you something real quick. I was at a house show last weekend, and it was really fun. And one of the matches was this exact match. Rusev versus Titus O'Neil for the United States Championship. Titus lost. Clean. He just passed out to the accolade. Like, how many times does a babyface lose at a house show? Like, never. That does not happen unless it's a heel champion and it's like a title match, but very rarely does the face lose.
Premonition, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the match was awful, so get ready for that.
Okay, next match. Ow.
Alright, never mind. I'll just stick with Rusev. Fuck it. Alright. Next match is for the WWE Tag... No, hang on. No, you gotta say it right. For the WWE World Tag Team Championship.
The only reason I didn't also do that is because I know it's going to be horribly desynced. So
Actually, no, we have... Oh, it is gonna be... No, I can sync it in post, Nikki. You fucked up. You done goofed.
You have to use your editing magic to do that.
The cyber police are on their way, and consequences will never be the same.
Oh, that's good. So, we have New Day defending their titles against the Bullet Club. Cena said Bullet Club, so you can't take it back. No take back.
He did not say Bullet Club. He said Pullet Club.
No, he said Bullet Club.
No, he also referenced a whole bunch of indie promotions as well, so I mean, wow. Dude, I gotta say, fucking AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson coming in is great for wrestling overall, if only because Cena can do that.
Yeah. We also have Enzo and Cass finally getting their chance for the titles after the horrific thing that happened at Payback.
Mm-hmm.
That was scary. Being there live to see that was scary. I'm just like, oh god, is he dead? Please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. And there's the fourth team in this match is the Vaudevillains. My prediction for this, I want the Bullet Club to reign supreme this entire thing. I want Gallows and Anderson to win the tag titles here, and I want Styles to pick a win up over Cena. Because then, finally... Because given Styles' track record, losing at WrestleMania, losing 2 times against frickin' Roman Reigns, Styles needs this win. And also Gallows and Anderson, who have been getting their asses kicked over and over again, needs this win.
I can agree with that.
I am going all in for Bullet Club.
I think New Day retains. I think that the fact that they've started mentioning London and Kendrick's record is an indicator that they are going to break the record, hold on to it until SummerSlam, and New Day wins, and they don't pin the Bullet Club to keep them from looking weak.
I was about to mention that, actually. I was going to say, how long have the New Day had it, and how long is the record? They're closing in. They're closing in real fucking quick. So there is no goddamn question that New Day are going to retain. They deserve that record on top. They deserve to have that in the record books. WWE knows that they are a fucking powerhouse within the company. People buy their merch all the time. They've made them tons of money. They're always a delight every single fucking time. Every time I say, they're about to jump the shark, they're getting stale, they have no ideas left.
Then they pull out time machines.
Every single time, I am proven wrong, and I am made to look like a dumb shit. Like, every single fucking time I think they're gonna jump the shark, they just pull out something crazy out of their asses and make me remember why they're in the spot they're in. They deserve the record. They're gonna get the record. New Day are going to retain.
So here's a question for you. Are they going to eventually reach the length of Demolition's world title or tag title reign? Because those guys held the title for, I think, like a year and a half.
That's a good fucking question. I mean, there's going to be a point where the New Day are going to be the only ones relevant in the tag team division unless they start sharing the title, but that is not out of the question. They just have to be very careful about their tag team division and build up other teams while they do it.
I'm just saying, like, that would mean that they would have to hold it until about...
Actually, I should probably mention they already did break London and Kendrick's record.
Yo, what? How long have they held the titles?
London and Kendrick held it for 331. The New Day, as of right now, have held it for 347.
Does that include their first reign?
I believe so. It said that combined both of their reigns.
Okay,
no,
then,
that don't count.
No, their reign started at SummerSlam. And from hang on, let's look up the tag title.
They need to hold it for another month. They need to hold it for one more month in order to meet London and Kendrick's record.
Actually, hang on. I'm going to do a quick little bit of math. So 298 so far is what they have. And okay, never mind. I see what's up there.
Yeah. The longest reign of all time was Paul London and Brian Kendrick, 331 days. The New Day have been champions as
Oh yeah,
of this
little over a
reign.
month. Okay, never mind.
Yep. Okay.
So the New Day are retaining, no question. They're getting the record, and I would be very happy to see it.
Yeah. Right now they are at 298. So actually, I think come Battleground, they will officially... I think that they could break the record even if they lost the title at Battleground, but I also think that it would be kind of a cool stat for them to hold it from one SummerSlam to another, a full year. So I think they will lose the titles at SummerSlam, but until then, nope.
Yep, nope, they're not losing. Toon, are you still with Club?
Well, when you put it like that, and because I had a theory before about this with when Nikki Bella broke AJ's record and then they lost the title there, that's probably what WWE is going to do again. Yeah, I'm going to go New Day. God, I keep flip-flopping so easily, Jesus.
It's because we make good points.
Yeah, you do. Alright, next match is AJ Styles versus John Cena. Okay, when you look at this match today, there is so much importance behind it that WWE can't talk about.
Hype.
And because
it's gonna be singles.
It is gonna be singles. All right, the Club is not going to be there. I don't know if they're going to invade from ringside, and that would make the match fucking stupid. But this match is very important. You have the current WWE Titan versus the current Indie Titan. Okay, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, they made waves in the indie scene as El Generico, Kevin Steen, and, well, Shinsuke Nakamura. But AJ Styles has lorded above them all. No question about that. AJ Styles is indie wrestling incarnate, and now, for the first time since their started domination, this is indie meets WWE. And you know this because, like I said earlier in the cast, John Cena mentioned by fucking name 4 different promotions. He mentioned PWG, he mentioned New Japan, he mentioned Ring of Honor, and I believe he mentioned one more. No, he didn't, because AJ Styles is known for TNA, and he didn't mention TNA, so he mentioned 3. That is big. That is really great for wrestling, and it's also telling that WWE is confident enough to mention them by name and possibly have customers get interested in those promotions, and knowing that they're still going to go back to WWE's product, because in their mind, WWE's product is the greatest, which makes sense. They are a multinational corporation.
But you know why they're doing that, though. I have a theory they're doing that because of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament that they have going on. They've gotten wrestlers from all over the indie circuit. So, in preparation, probably they're just laying that down because for a fact during that tournament special, they're going to mention where those wrestlers came from.
No question. They're going to mention AAA. They're going to mention PWG. They may not mention Lucha Underground, but they are going to mention New
Well,
Japan.
they aren't going to mention Lucha Underground because there's nobody from Lucha Underground in the tournament.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, the 7-year contract debacle. Ricochet was really upset about that, I remember.
I would have loved to have seen freaking Ricochet in the tournament.
Yeah, but unfortunately, because of the contract, he wasn't allowed to attend. But in any case, I mean, this match... Wow, okay. If Cena wins, Cena's going to have to put on another 5-star classic. If Cena wins, he's going to have to put over AJ Styles and defeat Hardcore. If AJ Styles wins clean, then Cena cannot get his Retribution win back. Okay, if Cena loses, he needs to stay lost. Because every single great babyface has always had that heel that they simply just can't get off their back. Hulk Hogan, no matter how many times he buried people, no matter how many times he refused to job, would never win, could never get the upper hand on Rowdy Roddy Piper. Hogan has never pinned Piper. Ever. Not clean, not unclean, ever. Stone Cold had Mr. McMahon. No matter how many times Stone Cold may have triumphed over McMahon, McMahon was always one step ahead. John Cena, well, at one point
he did Punk for a while.
He did have that foil in CM Punk, and last year,
Edge, yes.
and Edge before that, and we could have had Kevin Owens, but they wanted to build Kevin Owens up in defeat so that way he could go after the mid-card titles in preparation for when Sami Zayn was called up, and that is going spectacularly, by the way. Just fucking textbook amazing. They're very focused on this feud, and I love it. This match is very important, too. You said at the beginning that this match has a lot of importance behind it. It does. This is one of the most important matches that they've ever put on.
You brought up a lot of good points, but I have the weird feeling just in the back of my head that Vince is looking at this match. Okay, this is symbolic. This is WWE versus TNA. We can't say it out loud, but we're gonna have Cena beat the shit out of Styles, so we can say that WWE beat TNA, and they're gonna rub it all in TNA's faces. Haha, we took your top guy.
They don't give a single shit about TNA. They never have, and they never will, because TNA has been number 2 so far. Like, okay, let me put it to you like this. WWE is Super Smash Brothers. TNA is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
No, actually, I'm gonna
take that battle between
I'm gonna
the two.
take that and say something different. WWE is Super Smash Brothers. TNA is the rest of the fighting game community. Because Super Smash Brothers, people have been directly... See, I come from the fighting game community, okay? I used to play Street Fighter, Marvel, Tekken, Soul Calibur, fucking everything, all over the place. All different versions of Street Fighter, including versions that non-fighting game players have never even fucking heard of. You guys have ever heard of Street Fighter EX?
No.
Fake.
Nope, you haven't. And I have played it, okay? So that's what this is all about. Okay, WWE is Smash Brothers, and TNA is the rest of the fighting game community. People like to think they're fighting, but in reality, the Super Smash Brothers competitive community don't give two fucks about the rest of the FGC. They're their own monster. So, yeah, Nikki has a good point. I really don't... You also have a good point, and this could go either way. It's hard to get into the mind of Vince McMahon.
I know,
but...
it was a silly theory. I wasn't being serious. In all seriousness, though, this has the potential to be match of the night because these two have gotten better with age. I watched a lot of Styles' younger matches when he was part of like TNA going after the X Division Championship, and now I watch him how he's fighting now. With how Cena's aging and how he's been able to have a little bit more, I guess, lenient grip on whether he wins or loses, I think it would be a good thing for AJ Styles to win. Most importantly, Styles has lost, like, 2 main events going after the World Heavyweight Championship, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, whatever, it's the title, and he's lost at WrestleMania. So... he absolutely 100% needs this to start getting the momentum going back, because if he loses to Cena, he's going to keep getting shoved down further and further and further and further. And it's going to be very hard for him to get the momentum back.
Let me throw out a couple of matches for you, and I want you to tell me what these matches have in common. John Cena versus CM Punk, Money in the Bank 2011. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, John Cena versus Daniel Bryan, SummerSlam 2013. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2014. John Cena versus Kevin Owens, Elimination Chamber 2015. John Cena versus Seth Rollins, SummerSlam 2015. What do all of these matches have in common?
Cena lost.
Cena lost clean in most of those, except for Seth Rollins. Lost clean in all of those matches.
You could make. I'm going to point out you could make an exception for Money in the Bank, but the reason why he lost there is his own damn fault. So yes, clean.
His own fault for losing, so that's on him. He lost. Period. End of discussion. So and oddly enough, they're all summer pay-per-views. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I
but
get
it's around
what
that
you
time
mean,
of year.
though. I understand that Cena's willing to, he's willing to put over guys more so than he was back in the day. That's a good thing.
And oddly enough, all of those matches, at least 4.25 stars by Meltzer.
There's no question.
Every
AJ Styles
one of
is
them.
at least 4 or 5 star wrestler, so this is going to be a great match regardless.
No, but the thing is that what matters is how they book Styles forward. At the end of the day, this match rides on one person. That person is not Styles. That person is not McMahon. That person is John Cena. Whether Cena loses or whether Cena wins, he needs to make Styles look like a fucking god. He needs to make Styles look like a property that was chiseled out from fucking the gods. He needs to make Styles look amazing here. Styles is a hot commodity, and he can be the hottest he's ever been in WWE, especially now that he's a ruthless heel, and he has backup. He's got everything riding on him now. Okay, the losses to Jericho, the losses to Reigns, right from this point forward, none of that has to matter. Cena, please, I fucking beg you, make this a 5-star match, and we will forgive you burying the Nexus. Okay, I will take that notch off your belt. Just like I took the notch against Edge off your belt when CM Punk won. Just like I took the notch off against you for your entire fucking run in 2006 when you put Daniel Bryan over. This is one of those things that you can do.
2006?
Fucking 2006 was a really shitty year for Cena.
Really? Alright.
Dude,
Yeah.
fucking when you're the hottest babyface and you close WrestleMania with boos, I mean, come on. All right.
That's bad.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is
Yeah,
not
that's bad.
Roman Reigns is well, another difference is that Roman Reigns is not the hottest babyface. Dean Ambrose is. Of course, you can make points towards other people.
Not by our standards. Well, no, by our standards, not by theirs, I should say.
Sure. This match needs to be amazing. It needs to be an all-star classic. It needs to be a match that we're going to be revisiting. It needs to be our match of the year. It needs to beat the Fatal 4-Way at Extreme Rules. It needs to beat Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. It needs to beat Dean Ambrose versus Triple H. It needs to beat all of those matches.
Match.
It needs to beat the No Moss match between Lucky Star and Mariposa. It needs...
Sexy Star.
Who did I say?
You said Lucky Star.
Oh, sorry, Sexy Star.
You said
I
Lucky.
apologize. I don't know. I'm tired right now. It needs to beat that. It needs to be beat Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. It needs to beat all of them. This match needs to be good. With that said, let us make our final predictions.
There's one more thing I want to add. Luke Gallows is banned from ringside. Carl Anderson is banned from ringside.
I know we are going with this. I should probably point out that, yes, there are rumors that Finn Balor's debut is imminent. I don't think it's going to be here, because that would ruin this match.
But this would be the perfect time.
Yeah, I understand that, but this needs to be a straightforward, no interference, balls to the walls, hit or miss. I'm gonna fuck you up or put on the best goddamn match of my life if I must die in the process match.
I'm just saying.
There can be no interference. This has to be the cleanest fight yet.
Okay.
Let us make our final predictions.
I am
I
going
will
with
take
Styles.
Styles.
I will take Cena. Let's move on.
Okay.
All right. Now we come to the main attraction of this, other than the actual main title match, but this is what the pay-per-view is known for, the Money in the Bank ladder match. In this match, we have Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, and Alberto Del Rio. Now for this match, I want to make it a little fair. Instead of one pick, let's go with two.
Okay.
All right, we'll make
fair
two.
For you guys?
Sure. Let's do what we did last time. Let's narrow down the playing field. Two people that I'm going to eliminate right now are Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Their feud is very dependent on both of them distracting each other and keeping them from winning the accolades that they oh so deserve.
Which is interesting because Kevin Owens is actually the Vegas favorite. He is the odds-on favorite. I think it was...
Oh, no.
Yeah, the odds for him, I believe, were 13-10.
So the Vegas odds are very interesting because you look at the Royal Rumble match and the Vegas odds fluctuated for an entire fucking month. They were all over the place. And then all of a sudden, fucking 3 days before the Royal Rumble match, Triple H was at 2-1.
At one point, he had even odds.
Yep.
At one point, he was at 1-1.
So for some reason, the Vegas odds, right before the match is about to happen, get it right every single time. I shouldn't say every single time, I should say most of the time, but they do have it right most of the time. So that is very interesting that Owens has the best odds. This, if Vegas is right, that means that they are pushing the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens storyline ahead with Owens as champion and Sami Zayn as Royal Rumble winner for WrestleMania main event. If that happens,
pushing that to like the moon and above.
If that happens, then the WrestleMania 33 main event will be Sami Zayn, the Royal Rumble 2016 winner, versus Kevin Owens, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and every single penis in the entire world will ejaculate with joy.
You have weird ways of showing excitement.
I think the entire audience just laughed. Can we play a laugh track right here, please? Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll be here until the end of this podcast.
Okay, so we're eliminating Sami Zayn or eliminating Kevin Owens. I want to eliminate Alberto Del Rio.
We are not eliminating Kevin Owens because of what...
you said you were eliminating Kevin Owens.
I didn't know about the Vegas odds beforehand, so we're not eliminating Kevin Owens.
All right. So, yeah,
Sami Zayn, I feel like, is very not likely to win. It'd be interesting if he won, but...
No, it'll be the same effect as, like, Zack Ryder winning it and then the next night losing it, so... No, Alberto's already won it. He had his chance. He's in there just to fill out the card.
We said the same thing about Sheamus last year.
But at least they got something to do with Sheamus, so...
No, they didn't. They had him do fucking dick all for months, and then finally he came in at the Survivor Series, and then it was just... He went from nothing to the champion in, like, 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
So what can they really do with Alberto? Are we really going to put Alberto in against Roman Reigns? Like,
well, I mean, why not? Has Alberto really had any kind of time against Roman?
Yeah, it is a fresh feud.
Not really.
Yeah. No, so Alberto is an option, albeit a very vague one. Cesaro, I hate to do this, but I have to eliminate him.
That briefcase would be so money on him.
Yeah, but it would be absolutely
It's funny
because
Cesaro's one of my picks.
Yeah, Cesaro... Well, okay, you know what? You know what's funny is that we're having a hard time eliminating everybody but Sami Zayn. Cesaro, Money in the Bank briefcase would be fucking great on him, and it would give him his shot at being one of the main eventers. Chris Jericho, motherfucker invented the match, man. He should really be thrown a bone and get the briefcase, even though it is hard to see him in the main event scene at this time. Ambrose, fucking...
Also, isn't he touring?
Yeah, I believe he is... Is he touring? He might be touring, so...
That would make it even better, because it'd be like, okay, he wins Money in the Bank, goes on tour, off of TV for months, everybody forgets about him, and then all of a sudden, after one particularly brutal Roman Reigns beatdown, break down the walls! And then, holy shit, he's back! Holy shit, he's cashing in!
That would be interesting. We can't eliminate Jericho. We can't eliminate Owens because they could kickstart the Zayn-Owens WrestleMania feud right here. So, and we can't eliminate Alberto Del Rio because Sheamus last year.
No, I know where we're going with this. Come on.
Okay, there's not much else we could say about this match other than the roster here is pretty fucking stacked. We can't even eliminate more than just one person. So, let's make our picks.
All right, I'm going to go with Cesaro or Owens.
Okay.
It's weird. Dean Ambrose has basically dominated the road to Money in the Bank. Like,
actually, you know what? Hang on. I'm switching it up. Cesaro or Ambrose. Just because I really liked the segment where they were on the Ambrose Asylum, and Ambrose just leveled both of them, and he's just like, haha, my time, fuckers.
Well, here's the interesting part. I feel like they could do the triple threat at SummerSlam without the briefcase. I feel like we've reached the point where we could hit that organically. Ambrose has basically won all of the matches in the lead up to this. Dirty Deeds has looked like a gunshot.
It really has, especially against Owens, who's just taking it one bam done.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, like, because normally if you win all your matches on the way to it, you don't win the match at the pay-per-view, unless you're Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. But,
I'm gonna
take Nikki.
I'm gonna take Dean and Kevin. Fuck it.
Okay.
Ambrose and Owens.
I'm gonna take fucking... Oh, God, this is such a hard pick. I'm gonna pick Jericho and Owens.
All right,
so we're each taking Owens and one other person.
Correct, yes. This is a wild card. This match could go anywhere, and I'm nervous, because, I mean...
Wild card, bitches!
Yeah. I'm always gonna appreciate an Always Sunny reference, but fucking I just this is a really hard pick for all of us, but we've made our decisions. No take backsies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the main event.
All right, the main event is Roman Reigns defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Seth CrossFit Jesus Rollins.
Question: why are we supposed to dislike Seth Rollins?
He kind of fucked it up when he came back. He's just like, yeah, I'm happy to be back. I'm still going to be a heel, though. I facepalm so fucking hard. I'm just like, why?
They did that documentary. They built up so much sympathy for him. Like, they had inspirational music going on, and like, while he's working out, there's one scene in particular, he's working his ass off, and if you look in the background, you can see John Cena and Cesaro looking at him like, yeah, that's the guy right there. And Seth's like, oh, shucks, you guys. It looked like a total baby face.
No, because they have to have Reigns be the face, because fucking Roman Reigns, and they have to have Rollins be the heel.
And by the way, they're still doing the dumb catchphrase, I'm not a good guy, I'm not a bad guy, I'm the guy. Motherfucker, you are the good guy!
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing with that is, he wasn't the good guy or the bad guy in the feud with AJ Styles, because there were shades of gray. Everyone had motivations, and you could basically take your pick. Hey, do you like this guy? Fine, he's the face. Do you like that guy? Fine, he's the face. With this, they are very explicitly saying, despite the fact that they keep going, oh, you should feel bad for him, that Roman Reigns is supposed to be the good guy. So, they keep doing the catchphrase, though, which is dumb.
I don't know, man. This match just seems so fucking pointless. Alright, Rollins isn't fucking winning this. Are you fucking kidding me?
I think we're gonna get a fuck finish.
Alright, I'm gonna pick Rollins. Alright, I'm gonna pick Rollins because fuck Roman Reigns. The title means nothing on him, because there are no stakes when he wrestles. We know he's going to win, so what is the point of having the belt on him? It's like having the belt on Lesnar. It's like during his SummerSlam to WrestleMania run. We knew he was gonna win, and we knew he was going to only lose at WrestleMania, so why have the belt on him? The belt needs to be on a guy where you don't know when he's going to lose it. That is the point.
That was with Seth Rollins.
That is what Seth Rollins did. With Seth Rollins, you never fucking knew when he was going to lose it.
But at the same time, it was like, yeah, we don't know when he's gonna lose it because he loses every fucking match on Raw. There really needs to be some kind of middle ground between being a guy who never loses and never loses at the pay-per-view, and never wins, but also never loses at the pay-per-view. Surely there's some middle ground there, right? Right?
In this case, it's been Roman Reigns because he never fucking loses.
I don't know. I'm tired. This is no, fuck it. You
I'm
know
just
what?
gonna go with Reigns.
I'm
I'm going
gonna-
with an easy pick.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Reigns too. We may as well go Reigns win Law because Reigns is the fucking new Cena. All right, not the good Cena, not the Cena that we like now.
Yeah, he's taking the role from Cena, just like shitty 2008 Cena, who wasn't that great of a worker, buried everyone, and wore bad clothes, and do.
I will say it's admirable that Cena took a fireman's carry and made it one of the biggest finishers ever.
Yeah, but you know what Roman Reigns is not going to do? He's not going to take a punch and make it the best finisher in wrestling.
The Superman punch isn't a finisher, it's a signature.
He's
He
not
makes
going to
it look
take
like a goddamn
he's not going to
finisher.
take a tackle and make it the signature or the best move of the generation.
He didn't have to. Edge, Rhino, and Goldberg have already done that.
I just hope Seth Rollins comes up with something new because I don't want to see him do the pedigree again. This guy he's come back from knee surgery. Don't do the pedigree.
I will say Edge's spear looked awful.
Yes, I will say Edge's spear is the worst thing about him.
I don't know. I'm okay with it. I'll take Edge's spear over Reigns' spear.
Yes. Okay,
Well,
fine.
actually no. I would actually take Roman's because at least he was a former football player. He's done tackles before. Like,
Why
Edge,
are we talking about this?
I don't fucking know. We're already at like 50 minutes. Let's get this over with. So we all pick Reigns wins lol.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no
Reigns
other
wins
option.
And this is why we care more about the Money in the Bank ladder match in Cena versus Styles.
This is why I care more about Lucha Underground. Why aren't you guys watching it?
Because I don't have the time.
It's 1 hour.
I know it's 1 hour, but I have 10 episodes that I have to sit through, and I work 50 hours a week.
I have nobody to talk about it with. Me sad.
Fine, I'll fucking binge it when the season is over.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, I think we're at the end here. So, people in the comments, go ahead and put what you think is going to happen in Money in the Bank. We look forward to checking that out. Go ahead and follow us on our Twitters when we actually start covering Money in the Bank. See what's going to go on with that. Wish us a good 2-year happy anniversary. Here's to 3 years, hopefully.
Are you saying that one of us might die?
No.
Well, it is always... You know what? There's a million different alternate universes where one of us, if not all three of us, have died in between those 2 years.
Do you have to make it somber?
No, not the X-Files theme. The Twilight Zone theme.
Really, either one of those could work.
Okay, fair. I prefer Twilight Zone, though.
All right. That being said, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next cast.